Book 101 review. Book 101 is all about the books that I read for the last 40 years. And today I have my special guest. She is the author of the book Wisdom on the Camino, no other than Miss Kathleen Donnelly Israel.
Hi.
Welcome to Book 101, Miss Kathleen, and can you please introduce more about yourself?
Oh yeah, I'm a widow. I live in San Diego, California, and I had kind of a troubled childhood. When so I've been trying to heal myself practically all my life. And when my husband got Parkinson's disease, I had to be home all the time. So I just went online and I did a lot of healing with enlightened thought leaders online. And I studied for so long, I just thought I had some things to share about healing. And that's why I wanted to write the book. But before I wrote the book, I after my husband died, I went on the Camino Santiago. I walked 500 miles across northern Spain, and then um, anyway, when I got home, I thought, well, you better write the book now. And I was reluctant to be teachy, and so I remembered that I told all my healing things to people while I was walking the Camino. So I wrote my book about walking the Camino and telling people about the ways of healing.
Miss Kathleen, how did the journey help you personally grow, spiritually, emotionally, or mentally?
Oh, I mean, yes to all that. I am a Catholic, so the Camino is it's the journey that to the tomb of Saint James, uh, who was an apostle of Jesus. And so walking the Camino helped me because I had been a caregiver for like 17 years. My husband was sick with Parkinson's disease, and I just really needed to do something very special. Before he got sick, I thought we would be riding our bicycles across France in our old age because he loved to ride his bicycle. But then when he got sick, I had to think of something else that would be something for me to do when I was done taking care of him. So that's why, so spiritually and health wise, it was very good for me. Actually, you know how people, when they get old, they kind of shrink. So
Yes.
I used to be 5'6", and then I was 5'5". But you know what? When I got home from walking the Camino, I was 5'6" again. So it kind of really helped to my health and just brought my spirits up and also um, my body up.
Definitely. So, Miss Kathleen, how does forgiveness play a central role in the story you share?
um, I believe that we attract all the things in our life, and so I um, I think that before I was born, I was out in the ethers with God, and I heard that if you go into the earth and be a human, you can raise your vibration because the highest vibration is unconditional love. And so, even though I knew I was going to have a really crummy life because I had a low vibration, I decided to do it anyway. And so now, I mean, there's a lot that needs to be forgiven in my life. Um, yeah, my parents were doing the wrong thing, and but the way I see it is that I attracted all that stuff, even though I was an innocent child. I did have a low vibration, and I was bringing all that stuff in. So even though they were doing the wrong thing, I believe I attracted it. So um, forgiveness and unconditional love just really go hand in hand. If you if you if you forgive somebody, the way that you can make it stick is by exercising unconditional love. Because a lot of times when things are really awful and you forget somebody, um, it comes back on you the next day. You got to forgive them again and again and again. But if you can muster up some unconditional love, then you can make the forgiveness stick.
How did the people you met along the way impact your path and healing?
Well, on the Camino, I went all by myself, but you meet people there. And so what you do is you see somebody and you say, hi, I'm Kathleen. Why did you come on the Camino? And then they'll tell you their story, and then they want to know your story. And so you really develop deep bonds. Um, a lot of people walk the Camino when they just have a troubled life, and they just need to get out of town. Um, so I met one of the first people that I met was this guy. He actually lives in LA, which is like 100 miles from me. But anyway, uh, he said that three of his friends had died in rapid succession, and he just they just died of different things, and he just felt like he couldn't um, live his life anymore. And somebody told him that he should go walk the Camino. And so that's why he did. And so he asked me why I walked the Camino. And I told him, well, my husband died in August and my mother died in December. And he felt so sorry for me. It was just such I was like feeling so sorry for him, and he was feeling sorry for me, and we just had a really deep connection in that way.
So, Miss
And
Kathleen, Miss Kathleen, how is your view of forgiveness evolved through the process of writing this book?
um, well, it was the teachings from before my husband died that um, that I was explaining in the book. And there's a technique. It's called Ho'oponopono. Have you ever heard of that?
Yes, indeed. So,
Yeah,
can you share to us, Miss Kathleen?
yeah. So Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian healing technique for the family, and so it's 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 like magic because what it does is it goes in and it looses our binds that we have with the people that ruin our life, basically, or we have a problem with this person or this group or whatever. And so you can just say the Ho'oponopono and it looses your binds with that person so they don't need to hurt you anymore. And and then you don't need to get hurt by them anymore. Um, so what the way it goes is it starts out I love you, which is the big I love you. I love God. God loves me. God loves the other person. And if you can say it, you say, I love that other person and they love me. But if you can't, you don't have to. So I love you. I'm sorry. And it's not I'm sorry I did anything, but it's I'm sorry that this situation exists between us. Okay, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And it's not forgive me because I did anything, but forgive me for what's going on in me that caused me to attract this. So something in me called out something from them and they pushed my buttons and it made me hurt so bad. So it's I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And it's thank you for showing me this so I could heal. Because if this person hadn't pushed my buttons, I wouldn't know where my pain is. My pain is inside of me, and they touched me. Um, and then you end it with, I love you again. I love God. God loves me. God loves that other person. And maybe by then you can say, I love them and they love me.
Very well said, Miss Kathleen. Very well said. And hoping that people love themselves and love everyone.
Yeah.
Right? Do you
Yeah.
believe everyone has a spiritually journey waiting to unfold, and how can they start?
Well, there's um, there's no way to prevent that. We are on a spiritual journey all the time. Um, we we just anything that happens, or like we wake up in the morning and we're starting our spiritual journey for that day, and just to listen to what's going on outside of you and listen to what's going on inside of you. And um, I mean, the Ho'oponopono just levels a lot of the stuff that irritates us, so that um, we can't be on a holy spiritual, journey. Um, so yeah, I believe that all of life is a spiritual journey. You can't
Miss
you can't avoid
Kathleen,
it.
yes, you cannot avoid it. That happened for a reason.
Yes.
What do you mean by possibilities to inspire the rest of your life?
Okay, so there are endless possibilities. People think that the way things were dictate the way things are going to be, but that's not true, unless everything is a self-fulfilling prophecy that you prophesy it's going to be the same, and then it is, because you're living into your um, ideas. Uh, but if you don't, if you just let go of what has happened in the past, then you can look to the future, and it can be a clean slate that anything can be written on. Um, one of the one of the people I met on the Camino was there because his brother. There were three of them. His older brother had left because it was time for him to leave, because they were all growing up, and so it was time for that guy to leave too, to go out into the world. But his younger brother uh, didn't want him to leave, because it wasn't time for his younger brother to leave yet, and so his his brother was angry with him for wanting to leave, and that's why he was on the Camino, to sort things out. And so I just helped him do some possibility thinking about, what was the last time you were happy with your brother? And he said, when we were all together with his parents had moved to Dublin to, to um, anyway, they had a job in Dublin. And so they left the three boys in the little town where they grew up. And so turns out that he needed to take his younger brother to his parents, so his parents could support him as he finished growing up, instead of him having to stay there with his brother. So that was a possibility that he wasn't sure if that was possible, but it was totally possible. So that's what we need to do. And the other thing about um, worrying is like making up a sad story and then believing in it, but it's not true. It's just projecting into the future some sadness that maybe was triggered by um, what happened in the past. So when we worry about people, we need to stop doing that and just think good thoughts for them about what they want to do in their life.
Miss Kathleen, as an author, what will be your short-term and long-term goals?
Oh, well, I went back to the Camino and I walked in France, the first from France across Spain, and the second one I walked from Lisbon up through Portugal to Santiago. And so I've written that book, but I need to work on it more. And so I guess that's my goal. I want to write a couple of more books. I want to write a book about a story. um, I had a wonderful Christmas experience as a child, and so I want to write that book for a children's book. And also, my grandmother came from Hungary when she was 12 years old, and I want to write a book about that too.
Good luck to your goals, Miss Kathleen, and thank you so much for sharing your wisdom on the Camino. And what would be your advice for those people out there who want to write their own book?
Well, I joined a self-publishing school, and they helped me write the book. They showed me what to do, and I just um, you need to not put out a crummy book. You need to find a way to put out a good book. You need to have an editor and a book cover designer. And so if you find a self-publishing school, they can help you do all that and help you with your writing and give you goals. And it was really great for me.
Well, thank you for your advice, Miss Kathleen. And before we wrap up our discussion for today, I'm inviting you to please do listen to my other podcast because my abstract essay is already in fifth season, people. Abstract poetry in second season, and book 101 review in the fifth season as well. Comedy 101 in second season, food 101 in its fifth season, Geography 101 and letters. It's in third season, and my baby podcast, Mental Health 101, and movie 101 review and music 101 in each fourth season. So please do listen to them wherever you listen your podcast. Miss Kathleen, what message of hope or healing you most want readers to take away with your book?
One really simple prayer that I want to tell people, really good prayer to say is, "Dear God, please make everything turn out okay." And miracles happen when you do that. And also, I wanted to tell people about a gift with purchase inside my book. You can get it on Amazon, and on the contents page, there's a part that says "Read this first," and you can go in and see the pictures that I took along the way on the Camino. So people told me I should put my pictures in my book, and I thought, wow, it's going to cost $50. So I made a website, and you have to double opt in. But anyway, um, you can see my pictures while you're reading the book.
Yes, indeed, people. Miss Kathleen Donnelly Israel, thank you so much for sharing your book to the world, the Wisdom on the Camino. So, can you please invite our listeners to support your book?
Um, yeah, thank you, and leave a review when you read the book too. It's really important.
Yes, people, leave review once you read the Wisdom on the Camino. It helps the authors itself. So, Miss Kathleen, let's support her and please grab a copy wherever books are sold. So, Miss Kathleen, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. It's been fun.
Monica, people, see you soon.